Good evening, good evening. Welcome to Family First, and this is G.Da.Baker. So, we've been talking about responsibility, and my question today is what is your role in your unit? My role in my unit is the mother. My husband's role is the father. And you got your kids. So, as the mother, my role is to birth the children as well as to nurture them and teach them how to nurture, to teach them, to mentor, encourage, and counsel, to be a therapist when they need one, to be a listener, a shoulder to cry on, to be their inspirator, their motivator, their encourager. Now, with that being said, the father's role is the father's role is to comfort the mother during birthing. And the same exact thing as the mother to teach, to counsel, to mentor, to encourage. But the father's role is a little bit more extraordinary in a different way than the mother's. The mother is to be there no matter what, and so is the father. But the father teaches the child how to interact outside the unit, how to deal with other people, how to deal with certain situations, different situations. The father's role is to teach the children how to think logically, how to move logically. Um, then, after the mother and father, comes the children. Now, you may think that the children don't have any roles to play in the unit, but they do. It's your responsibility to teach them morals and values. As they get older, in some families, we tend to have more than others. So, you have your first child and you teach them and you mentor them and you raise them. Then you have another one. With that being said, you teach that one, you raise that one, you mentor that one, just like you do the first. But the first child is supposed to be an example and supposed to set an example for the next child. And the second child is supposed to do the same thing for the next child, and so on and so forth. So when you say children have no roles in the family, yes, they do. As they get older, we all have different roles. Our roles may shift from one thing to another, but we all will have a role. For example, the more children you have, the more you break down the chores in the house. As they get older, you just what's the word I'm looking for? Delegate the chores differently. When you only have one child, that one child you're delegating, you're doing so much, the father's doing so much, and that child has only so many chores that they do. But once you accumulate more children, you have to accumulate more chores. So what you do is you begin to break down the chores in levels for age groups. You're not gonna send a 2-year-old to wash dishes or scrub the tub. You feel me? But yeah, so my question is what is your role in your unit? How do you play your position? As a mother, are you a mother? Are you nurturing? Are you teaching your children how to be nurturing? The mother's role is also to teach her daughter how a woman is supposed to act, how a woman is supposed to treat a man. Um, a woman's role is to teach her daughter how to be a woman. Um, on the other hand, the father's role is to teach the daughter how a man is supposed to treat a woman. how a man is supposed to love a woman, how a man is supposed to stand up and take care of and protect not only his woman, but his children. And that's what a woman's supposed to do as well. Show that her daughter how she's supposed to take care of her husband as well as her children and her household. The father is also supposed to teach the son how to be a man. Um, how he is supposed to protect, provide, and treat his woman, his wife, and his children, how he is supposed to take care of his household, how he's supposed to handle himself in public or in different situations. With that being said, I want to go back in history a little bit. Before we had houses and apartments and stuff, before we had what we call civilization, we lived in tents, we lived in teepees, we lived in caves, holes in the ground, trees, whatever the case may have been, pyramids, you know, whatever the case may have been. But back then, we lived where the woman stayed in the household or close to the house, intended to the household needs, and the man was outside the house. We now live in a society where the man and the woman must do half and half. Hold on, y'all. I got a little discrepancy. She wanna watch her pink phone. We gotta get the pink phone on the phone for the boo boo. Cause if I don't, her gonna get on my nerves. So I do apologize. I gotta put pink phone on for my baby. Um, but yeah, back in the days before we had America in today's type of civilization, we had it set a certain way. But today's society is so different till even values we had last year are gone. Um, it's now it's now both the mother and father's job to do everything, a little of everything. Now, with that being said, it is our responsibility as a woman and a mother to step to the side and to allow the man to do his job as a man, to be that man in our children's lives, to be that father in our children's lives, to be that male role model. It's not our responsibility to tell them, no, don't do this. It's not our hold on, Pooh. It's not our responsibility to tell them, no, don't do that. Hold on, Chuki. Your feet? Okay. Go lay down and put your feet up. Hold on, I gotta fix this for you. Go get daddy to put people on because mom can't figure out how to work YouTube. Um, go take it to daddy. We as women, because of how society has things set today, tend to not allow the man to do what it is he's supposed to do, how he's supposed to do it, just because we don't approve of it. Just because you don't approve of something don't mean it ain't right or it ain't gonna work. Same thing with the fellas. Y'all don't listen to us, and that's why we tend to continue to bitch this, that, and the other. And then some cases, it's not that you don't listen to us, you don't know how to listen to us. But that takes two. You have to be willing, and she has to be willing. We both have to be willing for it to work. Once again, what role do you play in your unit? Is it positive? Is it negative? Are you willing to take the time to sit back and observe to see where you stand? Are you going to take the time to sit back and observe to see where you stand? If and or when you find anything that you don't or wouldn't agree if someone else was doing, are you willing to correct your actions? Are you willing to take responsibility for your actions of the things you've done and haven't done? The things you've done that was positive, the things you've done that wasn't, your mistakes. In order to first fix a mistake, you must first admit that you made one. You can't be done went out there and did somebody dirty and try to fix it, but you ain't first admit that you was wrong. Nobody trying to forgive you if you can't admit you was wrong. You don't want to be forgiven. You're not trying to admit you was wrong. You must first admit you was wrong. Again, what role do you play in your unit? Are you the backbone? Are you the therapist? Are you the listener? Are you the mentor? Are you the motivator? Are you the teacher? Are you what you are supposed to be? Are you playing your position right? I mean, basketball teams have 3 pointers. Soccer players have goalies. Football have linebackers, quarterbacks. Baseball has shortstops. I don't know what the hell rugby got. I just know it's close to football. Hell, tennis players got rackets. So. But you get the drift. What is your position? Hell, I'm a tier 2 tech. That's my position where I work at. What is your position in your unit, and are you playing your position like you're supposed to play your position? Like I said, I just wanted to I don't want to know. I'm just asking these questions so we can start checking ourselves. If we don't check ourselves, how we expect for shit to change? With that being said, I want to say thank you to StreamYard for the streaming. I want to give a shout out to King Chaos for inspiration, motivation, and encouragement. I want to give a shout out to KCDG for push to do it. I want to give a great shout out to the Miriam Project as to they are trying to make this place, a better world, not just a nation or a country, but a better world for not just me, you, and our kids today, but for the future. With that being said, folks, this is G.Da.Baker on Family First.